Hello ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, Spanky Monkey back again with another unboxing video, this time of Edge of Eternities Play Boosters. Alright, I am now back. It's been a couple of weeks, months since my last unboxing video. I did not get into the Final Fantasy set because, well, one, I was busy with work. Two, it's so freaking expensive. I didn't want to go there. So I decided to maybe just go into Edge of Eternities directly, as this is the last, I think, non-Universes Beyond set, or what do you call this? In-universe set for the year. And then after that, I think we just have Spider-Man and all of these other Universes Beyond sets that are coming out. I'm not particularly too enthused about that. At the same time, I wasn't actually looking to do Edge of Eternities primarily because it was a sort of space set in a sort of magic fantasy game, right? But I heard that it was a good set, pretty strong, so let me just try to open up a few boxes and see what we get. All right, so I have two boxes for opening. I will open the other one in the next video. But yeah, let's do the first one. And I have two foil promo packs from Karlov Manor. So we'll open that for a bonus round after each box. And we do also have these buy a box promos for the set Singularity Rupture. So we'll look at that a little bit later. Okay, so let's get into it. I'll just put this here for now. And this one over here. All right, so how's everyone doing? I hope everyone's having a grand old time opening these magic products. So I was watching a little bit of the videos on Final Fantasy. There are some pretty good cards there, and to be honest, I was actually a Final Fantasy fan years ago when I played Final Fantasy back in the Super NES version. So I don't know if you guys had been playing Final Fantasy at that time, but it was a lot of fun and probably the best RPG games that I'd ever played to date. But as time went along, I stopped playing that because of, well, one, after Super NES, I moved into PC games and didn't get a PS until the PS4. So I kind of missed the boat on all of those Final Fantasy games. So I'm not really familiar with that, the other Final Fantasy games as it came out years later. But maybe one of these days I'll pick it up and we'll get to it. All right, so we'll put the box away. We get this information card, so for the draft, and then narrative on these new, what do you call this, races probably. So very cool. I'll check them out maybe at a later time, but we're here to crack some packs, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so we'll put the foil, hold on, let me just change the lighting situation there. I'll put the foil full art over here. So pack number one, let's get right to it. Okay, so these are Japanese packs, so that full open tab, and let's start. So if these are Japanese packs, the goodies are up front, right? So, oops, so sorry, that just sort of popped out right there. Okay, let me insert it back in. Okay, so this is the first time I'm opening this set. I actually have not opened or even researched what are the cards coming out in Edge of Eternity. So we'll just do this fairly slow for the first couple of packs, then we'll speed up. Okay, so we'll start with the commons. Ivory Light Jammer, Artifact, 2 to cast, equipment, attached to a creature, becomes hexproof until end of turn, again 1/2. Okay, so let's just put that off frame. Grav Blade Heavy, okay, Human Soldier 3/4, 4 to cast. Okay. Flash Deck Coordinator, foil, okay, so you can get some foils in the commons there. Okay, Exosuit Savior, Human Soldier, 3 to cast, 2/2 flying. Okay, and Embrace Oblivion, 1 black sorcery, Additional cost, sacrifice artifact or creature, destroy target creature or spacecraft. Okay. Slag Drill Scrapper, 1 to cast Robot Scout, pay 2, tap, sacrifice another artifact or land, draw a card. Alright. And then we have a Germinating Worm, 5 to cast Plant Worm, 5/5. When it enters, you gain 2 life, and then you can pay 2 to warp. So this is a new mechanic. You may cast this card from your hand for its warp cost. Exile this creature at the beginning of the next end step. Then you may cast it from exile on a later turn. Cool. Okay. And then we have a Chrome Companion. Oh, it's a robot dog. Artifact creature dog. Pay 2. Whenever this creature becomes tapped, you gain 1 life. Pay 2, tap. Put target creature from a graveyard on the bottom of its owner's library. Okay. So it fetches, I guess. Start the uncommons. Atomic Microsizer. So it's an artifact equipment. Creature gets 1/0 whenever creature attacks. Choose up to 1 target creature. That creature can't be blocked this turn. Has base power, toughness 1/1 until end of turn. Okay. Oops, so we'll put the uncommons down here. Hymn of the Faller, 2 to cast sorcery, surveil 1, then you draw a card and lose 1 life. Then it has Void, another mechanic. If a non-land permanent left the battlefield this turn or a spell was warped this turn, draw another card. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Propulsion. So 3 to cast instant. Target creature deals damage to itself equal to its power. If that creature has flying, it deals twice that much damage to itself instead. Okay. That's nice. Cut Propulsion. It drops. It explodes. Okay, and then we have a Harmonious Grove Strider. Oh, sorry. It's not picking up. There we go. So it's 5 to cast Beast. With Ward 2, this creature's power toughness are equal to the lands you control. Oh, okay. And that's an uncommon. And for the rare, we have a Diadrine Synthesis Amalgam. So it's an X green and white. So it's a legendary artifact creature construct, 0/1 with trample. Enters with a number of 1/1 counters on it equal to the amount of mana spent to cast it. Whenever you attack, you may remove a 1/1 counter from each of 2 creatures you control. If you do, draw a card and create a 2/2 colorless robot artifact creature token. Interesting. Okay, put that over there. And we have a island, and a token. So we'll just put that over there. Okay, nothing spicy, I guess, in the first pack. But again, I have not researched at all for this, what do you call this? For this set. The only thing I know is that there are shocklands in here. So I hope to get a couple of shocklands, but let's see. Okay, so let's check it out. Bombard, Comet Crawler, Sky Stinger, Starfighter Pilot, okay, Decode Transmissions, Selfcraft Mechan, Vanishing Light. Okay. Hey guys, hit me up in the comments if I, hit gold here. I mean, I might be hitting some really good cards with some value, so do let me know. Okay, Sammy's Curiosity. Okay, let's do that. So Debris Field Crusher for the uncommons, Spacecraft, Artifact, 5 to cast 1/5. So when it enters, it deals 3 damage to any target, and then this is another new mechanic, Station. Tap another creature you control. Put charge counters equal to its power on the spacecraft. Station only as a sorcery. It's an artifact at 8+. So 8+ tokens, I suppose, or counters. Flying. So it becomes a flying 1/5, and you can pump it up for 2. Gets +2/+0 until end of turn. So it's kind of like crewing. But I suppose you can untap the creature again, and in the next turn you can tap it to add more counters. So that's an interesting mechanic. So Station is what they call it. And then we have a Station Monitor. So white and blue. Lizard Artificer. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, create a 1/1 colorless drone artifact creature token with flying, and this token can only block creatures with flying. And we have a Monoist Sentry, 1 black defender, 4/1. Wow, okay. So for the rare, we have a Moonlit Meditation. So this is a 3 to cast aura, enchant artifact or creature you control. First time you would create 1 or more tokens each turn. You may instead create that many tokens that are copies of enchanted permanent. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so instead of creating tokens, you can create copies of that permanent. I wonder where this can go to. Let me know in the comments where you think this should go. I think this sounds like a really interesting enchantment. Okay, let's put that over here. And then any more goodies? Okay, it's a foil Weft Stalker Ardent. And we get a land token. Okay. So I don't know, is that Moonlit Meditation any good? You let me know in the comments. So we're going to pack number 3. Okay, so maybe the first 6 are commons. Yeah. So let's put that away. And then, well, maybe the first 6 or 7. Okay. And then from here, we have at least 3 uncommons, right? So Emergency Eject, instant, destroy target non-land permanent. This controller creates a lander token. So a lander is an artifact with pay 2, tap, sacrifice this token, search your library for a basic land card, put it into the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. Oh, I think that's pretty cool. Okay. Siege Ship Impact. So it's a 2 to cast instant, destroy target artifact or enchantment. If it's mana value 2 or less, create a lander token. Okay. And then we have a Dubious Delicacy. 3 to cast artifact food. Flash, whenever this artifact enters, up to 1 target creature gets -3/-3 until end of turn. Pay 2, tap, sacrifice this artifact, you gain 3. Or you do the same, target opponent loses 3 life. Okay. So we have a rare. It's a Frenzied Bailout. So these Bailouts are back. So it's 2 green pips. Creature Beast. This spell can't be countered. It has Trample Haste. Creature spells you control can't be countered. Combat damage can't be prevented. Ooh. Oh, I love this. And this is in green. So basically you're protecting your creatures from being countered upon casting. And damage prevention also can be stopped. And this spell couldn't be countered. I love that. This is a great design. It's 3/2 and only 2 green pips. This is, I think, pretty good, especially in those green creature decks. That is pretty nice. I don't know if that's a hit though, but let's see. Okay, we have a second rare. So this is a double rare pack. We have Halia, Guided by Light. It's a human soldier for 3 to cast 3/3 legendary human soldier. So whenever Halia or another artifact you control enters, you gain 1 life. Okay. Beginning of your end step, draw a card if you've gained 3 or more life this turn. Nice. And it has warp for 1 white. So you can cast this from your hand, and then for its warp cost, exile, and then you can cast it again from exile at a later turn. Okay. I don't know if that's going to be a good commander, but maybe it might be useful in the 99. And then we have a foil Siege Ship Brood Tender, and token and land. Okay, so that was our first double rare pack, and we did get that interesting Frenzied Bailout. Good for creature decks. Okay, so 7 commons. Let's put that away. And then 3 uncommons. So Gigastorm Titan, 5 to cast Elemental, 4/4. This spell costs you cast 3 less to cast if you've cast another spell this turn. Edge Rover, 1 green Robot Scout, 2/2 with reach. When it dies, each player creates a lander token. Okay. Blade of the Swarm. So it is a 4 to cast Insect Assassin, 3/1. When this enters, choose 1. Put 2 1/1 counters on this creature. Or put target exiled card with warp on the bottom of its owner's library. Okay, so a little bit of graveyard hate there. Okay, and we have another uncommon Ruinous Rampage, 1 and 2 red pips. Choose one. Deals 3 damage to each opponent, or exile or artifacts with mana value 3 or less. Ew, that's gonna suck. Okay. For our rare, we have a mythic. Our first mythic. It's Dawnsire Sunstar Dreadnought. Okay, wait, hold on. The focus is not coming up. So what does this do? So it's a legendary artifact spacecraft, and it's a 2020 when it stations. Okay, I mean if it has 20 or more counters. So whenever you attack, Dawnsire deals 100 damage to up to one target creature or planeswalker. That's so cool. So at 10 counters and up, you can deal 100 damage to a target creature or planeswalker, and at 20 it becomes flying at 2020. So this is a 5 to cast. Hold on there. Let me see. Oops. So it's a 5 to cast mythic. That's insane. Okay, that's crazy. Let me move that there. Okay, so our first mythic. Interesting. I don't know how many mythics you're gonna be getting in this deck or in this box normally. Okay, and we have a foil Thaumaton Torpedo. Nothing there. Land and then token. Okay, so mythic number 1. I think see one of the reviews coming from what do you call this, the folks at what do you call this, Josh Liqua and Jimmy, and I think you can use a spacecraft as a commander, so that would be an interesting commander. Maybe you can take advantage of splash damage on creatures like was it Toralf who does that? Okay, uncommon, so Dauntless Scrapbot. Okay, next up we have a Mechan Navigator. 2 to cast Robot Pilot. When it becomes tapped, draw a card, then discard a card. And then we have a Rayblade Trooper. 3 to cast Human Soldier. So what does it do? When it enters, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. Whenever a non-token creature you control with a 1/1 counter on it dies, create a 1/1 Human Soldier creature token, and then it has Warp for 2. And then we have a Melt Strider's Resolve, 1 green enchantment aura. Enchant creature you control. When this aura enters, enchanted creature fights up to 1 target creature an opponent controls. Enchanted creature gets +0/+2 and can't be blocked by more than 1 creature. Okay, I think that's gonna go into my Thrun deck maybe. All right. And for a rare, we have a Shu Ifit Osteoharmonist. 1 and 2 black tips. So it's a 2/3 legendary human wizard. Tap it, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It's a skeleton in addition to its other types and has no abilities. Activate only as a sorcery. Okay. I think there might be some interesting ways to put that as a commander. And then we have a foil Cavern Turbo Drone. And land plus a token robot. Okay, so we're coming to the first half of the first stack, and we did get 1 mythic. Maybe we can target 3 or 4 mythics here. I hope, if we're lucky. And I don't know, maybe we can get 2 Shocklands. I would be happy with that. Okay, so let's just go through the commons here very quickly. Okay, I think there's nothing there. I don't know, are there any good uncommon cards here that would be noteworthy? Just let me know. So Dawnstrike Vanguard, Human Knight, 6 to cast, lifelink 4/5. Okay. Hilderblade. So it's 1 black equipment equipped creature gets +3/+1, has Void. At the beginning of your end step, if a non-land permanent left the battlefield this turn or a spell was warped this turn, attach this equipment to target creature you control. Okay, and equip for 4. So I think that can be taken advantage of. The Sculpting Blast, 2 to cast instant. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. If it was attacked, and create a 1/1 colorless drone artifact creature token flying. This token can only block creatures flying. Okay. So for first rare, no, it's another uncommon. Invasive Maneuvers, 2 to cast instant, deals 3 damage to target creature, deals 5 damage if you control a spacecraft. Alright, and for the rare we have a Requiem Monolith. So it's an artifact, 3 to cast until end of turn, so you tap it until end of turn, target creature gains, whenever this creature is dealt damage, you draw that many cards and lose that much life. That creature's controller may have this artifact deal 1 damage to it. Activate only as a sorcery. Target creature gains whenever this creature is dealt damage. You draw that many cards and lose that much life. Interesting. Yeah, I think that's a interesting design right there. Let's see how maybe we can use that to our advantage. Okay, and then we have a foil Melt Strider Eulogist and land plus token. Okay. So we are now at pack number 6. Or 7, I mean. 6. Sorry, make that. Alright, here we go. So we'll do the first 7 as these are commons. Okay, nothing special there. Next 3 would be, okay, Terrapack Intimidator. It's a Kava Scout. 2/1. Whenever this creature enters target opponent, may have you create 2 lander tokens. If they don't, put 2/1 counters on this creature. Right. Annul. So reprint here. And All Fates Scroll. What does that do? 3 to cast artifact. Tap, add 1 mana of any color. Pay 7, tap, sacrifice this artifact. Draw X cards where X is the number of differently named lands you control. Okay. And next we have a, okay, it's uncommon. Rescue Skiff. 5 and 1 white pip. It's a spacecraft 5/6 with station. When the spacecraft enters, return target creature or enchantment card from your graveyard to the battlefield. 4/6. Okay. Rare would be a Beyond the Quiet. So it's a 3 to cast and 2 white pips. Exile all creatures and spacecraft. So board wipe, and it's an exile effect. Okay, so I think that's pretty good for 5 mana. And we have a foil Honored Knight Captain. Yeah, is that a reprint? I don't know. Okay, and then Island plus Robot. Okay, pack number 8. So for 7, okay, put those commons away. 3 or 4? Okay, so 4. We have a Melt Strider Eulogist, Alfariel Dreaming Acolyte, Legendary Human Cleric, 2/3, enters, draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards unless you discard an artifact card. During your turn, Alfariel has Death Touch. Okay, and Roving Actuator for the cast Robot, 3/4 with Void. Exile up to 1 target instant or sorcery card mana value 2 or less. Copy it. You may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. And an Honored Knight Captain. Okay, for the rare we have a Eternity Elevator. So what does this do? It's a 5 to cast spacecraft with station. Tap to add 3 colorless. And then tap, add X mana of any 1 color where X is number of charge counters on the Eternity Elevator. Whoa, nice. I think this is really gonna go well with some of my what do you call this? The my Eldrazi deck, I think. Yeah, that's gonna be nice. So that's a nice rare there. Okay, and then an invasive maneuvers in foil. Oh, and we get a nice borderless land. Check this out. Nice forest. Look at the art on that. Pretty nice. Okay. And a robot token. So pack number 9 now. Once we get to the end of this first stack, we'll then speed it up and we'll try to open from the front this time. Maybe that can improve our fortunes. Okay, anything interesting there? None. Let's do the first 4 there. Scrounge for Eternity, 3 to cast, sorcery, and sacrifice artifact or creature, return target creature or spacecraft with mana value 5 or less, then create a lander token. Mouth of the Storm, flying ward 2. When this creature enters, creatures your opponent's control get -3, -3 until end return. It's a 6/6, 7 to cast. Use social engineering. So it's a 5 to cast enchantment with landfall, create a colorless robot artifact token. It has warp and molecular modifier. 3 to cast Kavu Artificer, being your combat. Target creature control gets 1/0, gains first strike until end of turn. Okay, rare would be a Chorale of the Void. So it's a 4 to cast enchantment. Whenever enchanted creature attacks, put target creature card from defending player's graveyard onto the battlefield under your control, tapped and attacking. Okay. At the beginning of your end step, sacrifice this aura unless a non-land permanent left the battlefield this turn or a spell was warped this turn. Alright. Interesting. And we have a foil Starport Security. Oh, and a foil forest borderless. That's a really nice looking land. Okay, and a sliver token. So are there slivers here? Yeah, maybe, yeah. Okay. So, pack number 10. Let's see if we can get maybe one more mythic. And if we do, maybe we can target 6 mythics in this box. Let's see. Okay. For 7, anything there? None? Again, guys, let me know in the comments if I'm missing something here where there's value. Okay, Monoist Circuit Feeder, Halia Ascendant Cadet, Human Soldier, 5 to cast. When it enters or attacks, put a 1/1 counter target creature you control. Whenever one or more creatures you control with 1 encounters on them deal combat damage to the player, draw a card. Okay, you have a Scour for Scrap, 4 to cast instant. Search library for an artifact card, reveal it, put it in your hand, or return target artifact card from your graveyard to your hand. That's pretty nice. I think there's some utility there. Litho Breaking. So I guess this land destruction, 3 to cast instant. Create a token, a lander token, then you make sacrifice an artifact. If you do, deals 2 damage to each creature. Oh, okay. Deals 2 damage to each creature. So this is kind of like a sort of a mini board wipe maybe. Alright, for the foil we have Memnon, the Right Hand. So it's a legendary jellyfish advisor. Sorry, I don't think it's getting picked up here by the camera. Okay. So it's 3/4 flying. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may cast artifact spells from the top of your library. And artifacts control have tap, add blue. Spend this mana only to cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand. Okay. I'll take that. And next is a foil Mechan Navigator, land, and a robot. Okay, so let's speed this up now, yeah? So we're now in the first pack of stack number 2. Okay, lander token, forest, and we have a uncommon foil, dual sun adepts. So nothing interesting there. And it's a rare. Under that we have a emissary escort. So this is a 2 to cast artifact creature robot soldier with 0/4 power and toughness. This creature gets +X+0, where X is the greatest mana value among other artifacts you control. Okay, I think that's pretty neat. Okay, let me just switch my hand here. And do we get anything? Oh, and we get a mythic right behind it. So it's a double rare mythic pack, and mythic number 2 for us, starting the second stack. And we have a Lotus Field. What is that? So it's land hexproof, enters tapped. When this land enters, sacrifice 2 lands, add 3 mana of any one color. Okay, that's nice. Great for landfall decks where you have a lot of these recursion effects. Oh, that is beautiful. It's a borderless showcase art too. Non-foil, but I'll take that. Nice card. So I think we hit something there. Hopefully it's worth something. Okay, Survey Mechan, Specimen Freighter, Spacecraft, uncommon, Glacier Godmaw, and yeah. Okay, so we started off quite well on the second stack, getting a mythic there for our to start the proceedings here. Okay, so lander token, swamp, and for the we have a rare foil. It is a Ice-Still Explorer. So this is a for the cast Insect Scout 2/4. You may play an additional land each turn of your turns. You may play lands from your graveyard, and whenever a land you control enters. Wow, this is a strong card, isn't it? And it's foil too. So it's like a Dryad of the Elysian Grove. You can play that additional land, or what's that other for? Oracle of Moldai. I don't know now. You may play lands from your graveyard, like Crucible of Worlds effect, and then landfall. When a land you control enters, you mill a card. So you're playing lands, and you're milling cards for every land that you draw. Oh wow, this is a great deck. I mean, a great card for these landfall decks. This is, yeah. I think this is like a hit. Maybe not a massive hit, but certainly there would be some use for this. I think in different decks. So that I think that would be pretty cool. So this is a rare foil, so maybe I'll put them together here. Oh, and we get a second mythic in this second straight mythic. So it's a double rare pack, and we get Caveron Memorial World. What is this? It's a planet. Enters tapped. Okay, so we have 2 mythic lands on consecutive packs. That's amazing. So tap, add for red, and then it can station. When it's at 12 or more, you can pay 2 and tap, sacrifice a land, create a 2/2 colorless robot artifact creature token. Then creatures you control get +1/+0 and haste until end of turn. Wow! So this is a nice haste enabler that you can do. And it's a land, so it's really difficult to remove. Okay, so this might be narrow use, but yeah, this is still a novel sort of effect, right? Pretty good. I mean, it's not the first land to grant haste, but yeah, it has this station effects, and you can create a robot artifact creature and then pump them up slightly and gain haste. Of course, you just have to sacrifice land, but still. Okay, so we have 3 mythics now in 12 packs. I think that's pretty good. Okay, any other stuff here? Maybe not, but yeah, I think we did well here. Okay, and that Ice-Still Explorer, I swear, I think that's probably gonna be a staple card, maybe. Okay, so maybe what I'll do is, so for the mythics, let me split them up. So special mythics there, and then these regular mythics here. Okay, and then special rares here. Cool. Okay, so I think we've finally hit the gas here, and let's go quickly. Okay, so under that we have a land token. I mean a land card under the token, and then we have another rare foil. Okay, hopefully it's a good one. It is Astelli Reclaimer. So it's 3 white 5/4 Angel Warrior with flying. When this creature enters, return target non-creature, non-land permanent card with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, where X is the amount of mana spent to cast this creature. Okay, with Warp 3. So you can warp it, and then you can play it a second time. So 3 mana and then 5 mana. Recursion of a non-creature, non-land permanent. Okay, so I think that there may be some use. Okay, so we have another rare in the back. So that would be a Singularity Rupture. So hold on, let me put this rare foil here. So this is 3 blue, black, black. Destroy all creatures. Then any number of target creatures, target players each mill half their library rounded down. Okay. And that's it. Okay, so interesting stuff. I'll get to the commons and uncommons, after the video and read. Again, I have not researched this deck at all, so I don't really know what we're getting, but I do hear it's a strong set. It's a good set. I think Prof did mention in one of the collector booster box games that this is better than Tarkir. I don't know if it's better than Tarkir, but Ooh, cool. So we have a Borderless Mountain, non-foil, unfortunately. For the rare, we have a common mental modulation. So under that, we have, is it a mythic? No, it's a rare. We have Extinguisher Battleship. So it's an 8 to cast artifact spacecraft. Sorry, I think, there we go. Oops. Okay, this my phone is picking up some weird focusing effects. Okay, so here we go. Artifact spacecraft 10/10. When this spacecraft enters, destroy target non-creature permanent. Then destroy this. Then the spacecraft deals 4 damage to each creature. Okay, and then it has station. When stations at 5 or more, it becomes a flying trample 10/10. Yikes. Okay. That's quite nasty. And we have our first shock land. Here we go. All right, so I'll put the shocks over here. Okay, so maybe, yeah, I might need to make a little bit of space here. No, I'll put the shocks over here. Coolness. So it's a non-foil pack. Just a regular shock land. That's fine. Okay, Steel Swarm Operator, Sea Ship, Brute Tender, Dual Sun Technique, and commons there. Okay, so we finally hit something on the... we've hit some pretty good lands, like 2 mythic lands, and then now we have a shock land here. So I guess with this reprint, we're gonna see the prices of shocks go down. So time to get more, maybe. Okay, Robot... planes, and then I think we've already hit our rare foils, right? So probably won't expect any foil rares coming up this slot anymore. So we get another rare. It's Bioengineered Future. So it's a 3 to cast enchantment. When this enchantment enters, create a lander token. Each creature you control enters with an additional 1 counter for each land that enters the battlefield under your control this turn. Okay, so great support for landfall decks. Okay, so let's put that guy over there. Okay, Remnant Elemental, Pulsar Squadron Ace. Okay, nothing interesting here. So that was a bit of a whiff. So we're now in the middle of the second stack. So far, we've hit 3 mythics, and I think we hit 1 good rare so far. And 1 shot, but am I anywhere near the value of what I paid for this box? No, nowhere near that. But, we still have half a box to go. But let me just do a little bit of adjustment here to make myself some room as the cards start streaming in. Okay. So lander token. Planes. Can we get another mythic? Yes, it is a mythic. Mythic number 4. Cool. And it's a foil one too. We have a Sammy Wildcat Captain. So what does this guy do? So it's 4 and Boros colors. Legendary Human Artificer Rogue. So he's got a lot of stuff there going on. Double Strike Vigilance. Spells you cast have affinity for artifacts. Oh wow! Oh, I think this is, I think this is gonna be a great commander, but also good in 99. Like I do have an Osgear deck, and yeah, this would be fun to have there. And for those equipment decks too. Yeah, I think this is a good card. It's a foil one too. So I think yeah, maybe this might be, I don't know, $5 or something. Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay, so under that we have our rare. It is Terra Symbiosis. So it's a 3 cast enchantment. Whenever you put one or more 1/1 counters on a creature you control, you may draw that many cards. Do this only once each turn. All right. Okay, and then Virulent Silencer, Reroute Systems, Brood Card Elite, Memorial Team Leader. Okay. Okay, so we got Mythic number 4. I think we were targeting what? 5, 6 Mythics. So we are already 2/3 of the way there. Just a little bit more, we'll hit that target on the Mythics, and we're just about a little over half the box. So I'm feeling hopeful there. Okay, land. Next is a command bridge in foil. What does this do? Enters tap. When this land enters, sacrifice it unless you tap an untapped permanent you control and add 1 mana of any color. So for the rare, we get a Hard Light Containment. So it's a 1-cast aura. When this aura enters, exile target creature an opponent controls until this aura leaves the battlefield. Enchant permanent has ward 1. Okay, so it's a cheap removal spell, and that's it. Okay, ooh, we have this nice looking spacecraft. Oh, there we go, Sammy, ship's engineer. So, so maybe there's a younger version, I guess. Yeah. Okay, last 3 packs for this stack. We've hit 4 mythics so far. In terms of hits, I honestly don't know, but maybe we got 2, potentially 3 hits, but nowhere near. I don't know. I think none of them approach $20 each. Right. So okay. So we have a foil blooming stinger, and for the rare we have a terminal velocity. So 6 to cast sorcery, you may put an artifact or creature card from your hand onto the battlefield, gains haste, and when it leaves the battlefield, deals damage equal to its mana value to each creature, and the beginning of end step, sacrifice this remnant. Cool. That's pretty cool, I think. And you have a tractor beam. Okay. Next up. Pack number, what is this now? 19? Okay, pack 19. So lander there. Oh, nice. Borderless Showcase Island. And we have a foil Cryogen Relic for the foil slot. And next up we have a rare. It is Rust Harvester. So it's a 1-cast robot with Minache at 1/1. Pay 2, tap, exile an artifact card from your graveyard, put a 1/1 counter on this creature, then deals damage equal to its power to any target. Okay. And then we get a second rare. It is Eldrazi Temple. So it's another land. Tap, add colorless. Tap it for 2 colorless. Spend this mana only to cast colorless Eldrazi spells or activate ability. Oh, okay, so I think this is a reprint, right, from one of the past sets, and I think I have this in the coming from MH3, one of the commanders there. Okay, so double rare pack again. This time it's a land, but it's a showcase one, so I'll put this over here. Okay. Anything there? No. Okay, last pack for this stack. So 2 mythics. Let's go. 3 mythics, I think, actually in this what do you call this, in this stack. All right, here we go. So land, uncommon, larval scoutlander, and then beneath that we have a mythic. Nice, mythic number 5. So we've hit 4 mythics in this stack. It is Alfariel Stone Chosen. Right, so I think we got an Alfariel card earlier, somewhere there. Did we? Or maybe, maybe it was one of the uncommons. So what does he do? It's a 5 to cast, human cleric, 3/3, ward, discard a card at random, and whenever it attacks, if a non-land permanent left the battlefield this turn or a spell is warped this turn, defending player loses half their life rounded up. Ouch. Oh, this is great. I like this card. Okay, Alfariel, you are pretty cool. Okay, so just a regular mythic there. That's great. Way to end this stack. So I think we're doing well. Value-wise, definitely nowhere near where we want to be, but hey, the jury's still out. If we can get some huge hits in the last stack, but I'm already happy with the 5 mythics, by the way. I was targeting 5 or 6 earlier on. Okay. Oops, here we go. So lander token, we have that nice, beautiful borderless swamp. That's really great art. Temporal intervention for the foil slot. And a rare is weapons manufacturing. So it's a 2 to cast enchantment. Whenever a non-token artifact you control enters, create a colorless artifact token named munitions with. When this token leaves the battlefield, deals damage to any target. So this is nice fodder for sacrificing, like creating tokens and sacrificing, then you can deal damage with it too. That I think that's pretty nice. Okay, and there we go. Honor, I think that's reprint. Okay, so I don't know if that had any value though, but that's how we start the first pack of the last stack. And here we go. So lander token, forest, and for the foil we have a Lux Knight Breacher. Below that, rare or mythic, it's rare. We have a 0-point ballad. So it's an X in the black. Destroy all creatures with toughness X or less. You lose X life. If X is 6 or more, return a creature card put into a graveyard this way to the battlefield under your control. Oh, nice. Okay, I think that's a pretty good board wipe, I think. Yeah, I think that's a really great board wipe. Okay, so sorry, let me just move this up over here just to make some space. All right, unravel, Sir Vordem the Lucent, pull the weft. Okay, and commons there. Okay, next pack. So we're at 5 mythics, targeting 6, maybe 7, if the magic gods will allow it. Oh, nice plain borderless. I love that. Okay. For the foil slot, we have a common. And for the rare, it's a Sunstar Chaplain, 2 to cast human cleric. Never end step. If you control 2 or more tapped creatures, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. Pay 2, remove a 1/1 counter from a creature you control. Tap target artifact or creature. Okay, let's put this over here. Right? Okay, Lashwhip Predator. I mean. Okay, so nothing new there. Moving on. Okay, here we go. Lander, Swamp, and then the foil common, Caveron Skywarden. And for the rest out, we have an Ice Steel Explorer. Okay, just a regular rare. Okay, so unfortunately we got a duplicate there. Moving on to the next pack. Okay, so Lander token, plain. Oh, we have a mythic. Mythic number 6. It is Evendo Walking Haven, and it is in this showcase foil setup here. I don't know. Wait, hold on. My camera is not really focusing on it. Look at that. So it's another land. It's our what is this? Our third mythic land. And this enters tap, add green, and station. If you station it at 12 or more, pay 1 green and tap, add green for each creature you control. So it's like oh shucks, what's that card again? I forget now, but that green card where you can tap for each creature. I mean green for each creature. Oh, this is pretty nice, and it's showcase. So I think this is a hit. This is probably a legitimate hit. I don't know, $20, maybe $10-15, but still, showcase foil, beautiful card. Okay, I like that. And we have a rare. It is Anti-Causal Vestige. So it's an Eldrazi, 6 to cast. Hold on. Let me remove the focus there. Oh. So when the creature leaves the battlefield, draw a card. Then you may put a permanent card with mana value less than or equal to the number of lands you control from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. Warp for 4, 6 to cast, 7/5. Eldrazi, big boy. Okay, and we have another rare. It is a Watery Grave. So we got a mythic, a foil showcase one at that, a regular rare, and then a Shockland. Beautiful, beautiful pack. I think that's probably the best pack that we got for this box. Yeah, unless we missed a massive hit, which I don't know. Okay, so we're now in the middle of the last stack. We got 6 mythics. I think we hit our target. Some interesting cards here, at least in the rare mythic slot, but let's see if we can still get a couple more. Okay, Swamp there, and then foil common is a Rig for War. By the way, how many mythic foils did we get? 2 now, maybe. So yeah, I think that's a pretty good slot there. And then for the rare, we have a Gene Morph Imago. So this is an Insect Druid, 2 to cast, 1/3 with landfall and flying. When the land you control enters, target creature target creature has base power toughness 3 until end of turn. If you control 6 or more lands, that creature has base power toughness 6/6 until end of turn instead. Okay. Okay, so that's done. Last 4 packs. Hopefully we can get one more mythic. One more mythic would be great if we can get that. That would put us over the top from our target. Okay, Swamp. And for the foil, just a common. Virus Beetle, interesting. And oh yes, it's a mythic. Mythic number 7! And we get a Dominion Bracelet. So this is another artifact equipment, 2 to cast. Equipped creature gets 1/1 and has pay 15, exile the Dominion Bracelet. You control target opponent during their next turn. This ability costs X less to activate, or X is the creature's power. Activate only as a sorcery. So you okay, I'll take that. I don't know if this is worth anything, but yeah, I would love to, control a. Oh my god, we got another mythic, a double mythic pack. Are you kidding me? A special guest, and it is Green Sun's Zenith. Nice work in this poster style, like those monster, those creature feature sort of thingies. Non-foil though, but cool. Anyway, I think this is the first time I've ever gotten these sort of poster sort of treatments. So and it's not a bad card. I mean, you know, still there in Commander, but yeah, this is nice. Okay, so that's wow, double mythic pack. I think I only maybe that's happened maybe once or twice before this. Oh, that's great. That's a great pack right there. So I think we have two fantastic packs that all came in this last stack. So well, grateful to have this, you know, this run of good luck as we end this particular stack. So last three packs, we thank the Magic Gods for what they've given us. These great gifts. For others, it might look like crumbs if they're opening collector boosters, but still, we'll take it. Okay, so foil land, foil common. Should we get another? Are we allowed to get another mythic? Are we? No. But we do get a consult the star charts. It's an instant for 2. With kicker 2. Look at top X cards of your library, where X is the number of lands you control. Put one of those cards into your hand. If the spell was kicked, you put 2 cards onto your hand instead. Put the rest of your library in random order. Okay. Ooh, we do get a second rare. And it is Scavenger Grounds. It's a land desert. Tap for 2, get colorless, and pay 2, tap, sacrifice, there's exile all graveyards. So this is a reprint. Okay, so we'll put that over here. So, okay, and then uncommons, commons. Okay, so multi-rare mythic packs in this stack. So the first stack was actually quite slow, and again, first time we opened these packs, so we don't really know what we're getting, but I think we started to hit gas in that second stack there, and now we're ending strong. Okay, so robot token planes for the commons. For the foil, we get a uncommon, and then for the rare, we have a possibility technician. So it's a 3 to cast Kavu Artificer 3/3. When this creature or another Kavu enters, exile top card of your library for as long as that card remains exiled. You may play it if you control a Kavu. Okay, so you can warp for 2. Okay, so so this pack is kind of a ho-hum pack. Nothing there. So last pack magic. Here we go. I do recall with Chunq, we opened together a what product was that? I forget now what it was, but last pack we did get an Imperial Seal to end that particular unboxing. That was pretty awesome. Probably one of the best experiences that we have in these unboxings. Okay, so land for the foil, you have a common. It's a Plasma Bolt. And to end the show, we have a rare, and it is a Starfield Vocalist. So what does the Starfield Vocalist do? For the cast, Human Bard, 3/4. If a permanent entering battlefield causes a triggered ability, for permanent to trigger, you... So it's a... what do you call that? Oh gosh, I forget now that artifact thing. Anyway, so yeah, it doubles up enters triggers. So with the warp 2. So that's pretty cool. Okay, and shot. Oh! Last pack magic. We have a mythic right at the back to end this stack, to end this unboxing, and we have a Ancient Tomb. Nice, nice. So this is well, it's Mythic 0001. Yeah, and it's the Ancient Tomb. So sorry about the focusing there, but that is a pretty cool card. Yeah. So I think Ancient Tomb was sort of reprinted. I think it was reprinted like recently, right? Was it last year with Ixalan? I don't remember now, but yeah, nice to have that. Very powerful commander card, and what a great way to end this unboxing. Fantastic experience here, and we'll put that there. We ended up opening 9 mythics from our initial target of 5 or 6 mythics, and we really blew that out of the water. Plus, we got some interesting rares. Again, I really don't know these cards yet, and whether there's a lot of value in it. But certainly the 2 Shocklands there are great to have. Always useful in my decks, and I really did enjoy this one. I'll open up the. Oh, we do have a foil promo pack as a bonus round. So while we have all of this, we still have the possibility of maybe getting something good here. But although this is Karlov Manor, yeah, I don't know what nice cards are there in that deck, but let's see. Okay, let's do the middle one first. It is a foil Gleaming Gear Drake and promo pack border. Okay, and then we'll use to cover front here so that we can have a little bit of a surprise on the opening. Okay, so this is from. So next card is from Markov Manor. It is a rare. It is Anzrag's Rampage. So this is a 5 to cast card that destroys artifacts. Then you exile X cards of your library where X number of artifacts are put in the graveyard from battlefield this turn. Then you put a creature card this way into the battlefield. It gains haste. Return to your hand at the next step. Okay. And we have another rare from Karlov Manor, and it is a commercial district. Oh, yeah, so this is the Surveil land, and a foil one too, and these are going up in price, and this is a great pickup, actually. Yeah, I'll put this over there. Great pickup for me there. Yeah. So, just to, I guess, close out everything, we have an Ancient Tomb for last pack Magic. We did get this Green Sun's Zenith in this poster art, and this lovely Evendo Walking Haven foil showcase treatment there. And yeah, we did get we got this Ice Steel Explorer. I don't know if that's any good, but definitely going to be a staple. And Shocklands plus the Surveil land to close the show. All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining me on this unboxing. I do have one more, so I hope you can see me on that one too. Take care. Bye.